Welcome back to another video. This one's definitely going to focus on some classical power building and self-improvement. Just some good old stuff. I think we've roasted enough dudes for the weekend and shown those blue pill examples. I want to address a comment I received, and I honestly think the comment was later deleted because I can't find it in my channel anywhere. But I remember getting it, and I remember copying and pasting it into a list I keep around of ideas that I'm going to do a video for, and I think that's actually relevant to this video. And the comment was this: hey, can you please make a video on how to obtain that mindset to track and keep progressive progress accountable? I feel like I tend to do great in self-improvement the first couple weeks when I'm fired up, but it ends up dying down and I'm slow to the bone. I have a great physique, going to college, and working on trying to license this utility patent I've created. But there are always moments where it's just the biggest lull and snail time period in my life that makes me not want to do jack shit. How do you keep it going, Sirski? Okay, so first of all, I brought that up in the beginning when I said it was relevant that I write things down to this video, because that is the way I keep myself accountable. I open up an email in Google email, right, like Gmail, but you can do this in Notepad, you can do this in a spreadsheet, it doesn't matter, you can do it anywhere. And anytime I have an idea, I write it down. If I get an idea for a video I'm going to do, and I'm going to run out of ideas at some point. I seem to be able to crank one out every day, but I don't know how long that will last. So I write down every single idea I get. If I get a video idea, I write it down. If I get an idea that could possibly make me money that isn't a YouTube video, I write it down. Everything important to me that I want to reflect on or learn about or improve on, I write it down. And with your progress, that's also what you want to do. You want to start writing these things down. How to obtain the mindset to track? I mean, I'm telling you, just effing write it down. There's nothing else to it. Like, you got to literally stop whatever you're doing and write something down. If you're not near your phone and you can't jot it down in an app in your phone, then you keep a pad of paper and pen handy and write it down. I do voice memos on my phone too. I don't know if you guys have an iPhone, but I imagine the Android has a similar app. You basically just hit the record button and talk, and it saves a voice file. In fact, a lot of the video ideas, or the videos that I actually do on this channel, when I say that I'm on my AirPods, it means I'm using the voice memo app. You got to keep track of your progress, but also your ideas. I definitely like to think back to when I started lifting weights when I was 30, and the 5x5 strength training program. One of the reasons that became so fun and addictive, and that's what you got to do, by the way, you got to make it fun and addictive to stay on track. One of the reasons why it was so fun and addictive was because it tracked all your progress. And every time you hit that set of 5 squats, you put that little 5 in the app and it saves it for you. And then all of a sudden you can track everything. You're tracking your increases, you know how much weight you got to do, you know how much to warm up because the app tells you. That was kind of the first way I realized that keeping track of stuff in an application or on a piece of paper or in a Notepad app or whatever is definitely a requirement for this progressive staying accountable, as you asked. So definitely write things down. This particular example, I mean, you're doing great. You say you have a great physique and you're in college. Well, excellent, brother. Stay on track. You're working on trying to license this utility patent you've created. That sounds like a money-making venture right there. But there are always moments where it's just the biggest lull and snail time period in my life. So what does that mean? You know, are you saying you can't constantly be working on stuff? I think for you, you're focused on the gym, great. You're focused on going to school, great. You should be studying and like that should take up plenty of your time. But if it's not, and this patent thing, you say you've created a utility patent and you're trying to license it, is that just you having to wait for to hear back from the patent board or whatever it's called? Like, If you feel like you have nothing to do, then you need to figure out another way to make money during that time. Have you thought about reading books, like self-improvement books, books about new things? Learning a new language is a good one. Think about that kind of stuff. I definitely like where your life is going. And, I mean, if there's a big lull, how else can you make money? I've got my own ideas. Have you looked into investing in the stock market? Have you looked at learning about options trading? That's the next thing I'm trying to get into, is trading options. I made all these videos on finance, but apparently there's this whole big world of trading options that I don't know anything about. So I'm spending this weekend in my free time learning about that. What are things that you can learn? Like, write down the progress that you've made so far. Write down your goals. Look at those goals every morning and say, do I need to do anything to increase this, or am I already on track? And if you got to do something to move yourself closer to that goal, then do it. But if it's really a matter of you just waiting for like the patent board to get back to you about this license, well, work on a different venture. It sounds like the hard work is done. You're waiting to hear back from someone. And until then, what other ventures can you do? I'm looking at a bunch of different things, to be honest. I don't want to give them all away. Some of them are pretty promising. I would get on YouTube, listen to this channel, but this channel is just going to introduce you to other awesome channels that dive deep into certain topics. I would start learning something else, something that's going to make you money, or something that's going to increase your ability to be a man, or I did this post the other day about the rite of passages, and one of the things I talked about was like, lift. Everyone knows about lifting. It sounds like you have a great physique, so you don't need to worry about that. What about martial arts? Have you ever thought about spending all this lull period in martial arts? That might be a little tricky right now given the lockdown situation, but what about outdoor wilderness survival? Do you have the means to go spend some time in the forest and meditate? That's what I would do. If my girlfriend asked me, what do you want for your birthday? And I was like, a tent and 5 days to go camping in the woods by myself. That's what I wanted to do. I'm like looking forward to fasting in the woods with nothing but some logs and a knife and a pad of paper and a pen. And if I can't make fire myself, then I don't have fire. I want to put myself through a similar rite of passage. Those are some of the ideas. But I mean, it sounds like you're making great progress. In conclusion, I just want to tell you guys to write stuff down. Write your goals down. Break them down into little itty-bitty chunks. Check them off every day if they're daily activities or weekly activities. And if you've got nothing else to do, then figure out another skill to learn or another venture to make money, and or both. Whatever you do, I would prefer it if you didn't spend your lull time jacking off and playing video games and smoking weed. You know me, if you've been watching my videos, those are the things that I want to keep you guys away from. In fact, I'm writing a book about it. It's going to take a while, but I'm typing it out, and maybe in a year from now, we'll have a nice big ebook from Nicholas Romans. That'll be my author name. Yeah, I hope that helps you. I don't know what happened to your comment, but I did write it down because I knew I was going to do a video about it. Y'all better not delete your comments. Like, I seriously don't care what you say. Don't delete your comments. That's weak. Keep that stuff up, please. All right. Thank you so much. Have a good one. Hey, thank you so much for listening or watching the video today. I want to ask you, what kind of things do you want to hear about? You know what we really focus on in this channel? It's about men's education, right? The manly arts, finance, religion, and health and fitness. So if you got any questions around these topics or things that you think might be relatable or that I could bring any fact or opinion on, by all means drop a comment below, and feel free to email me at riteofpassage85@gmail.com. Thanks so much. Take care.